Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Programele noastre oferă multe limbi. Vă puteți uita pe suprememastertv.com/schedule.
When swimming is no longer possible, lungfish people begin breathing air from the atmosphere, hence their name. They burrow into the mud and cover themselves with a thick layer of mucus, which hardens into a cocoon. Protected from complete dehydration, they reduce their metabolism by 60% and weight. Please continue watching to learn how some species handle hot weather.
Vegan, the defenseless thank you.
Hola pleasant viewers, and que Dios bendiga a todos. That is Spanish for may God bless everyone. My name is Agustin, a vegan knight from the desert tortoise kingdom. I happily spent my days pursuing idealistic goals and impossible dreams. The hearty animal people and humans of Mexico wish you plenty of light-hearted humor and smiles every day. Welcome to our show exploring Estivation, how some animal people chill out. Most people have heard of hibernation, the period of inactivity that enables certain species to survive cold winters. But did you know a similar strategy protects us from extreme heat and lack of water in the summer? It is called estivation, and you will be surprised by how many kinds of animal people use it. Today, we will introduce some of them to you. The concept of biological downtime takes many forms in the lives of humans and animal people. The word siesta comes from Spanish and refers to a short sleep enjoyed by many individuals around the time when the sun is at its zenith. It is a common practice after the midday meal in countries where warm weather is the norm. Some animal people I know nap for just a few hours during the hottest part of each day, while others go dormant for weeks or longer. Let's consider, for example, lungfish people. There are 6 varieties of these ancient freshwater beings native to Africa, South America, and Australia. They tend to live on the shallow edges of rivers and swamps. Suppose their habitat experiences a severe drought and all the water dries up. In that case, lungfish people have a special technique that has allowed them to exist on Earth for over 300 million years. When swimming is no longer possible, lungfish people begin breathing air from the atmosphere, hence their name. They burrow into the mud and cover themselves with a thick layer of mucus, which hardens into a cocoon. Protected from complete dehydration, they reduce their metabolism by 60% and weight. The little energy they need comes from gradually converting muscle tissue into amino acids. They remain like this until there is sufficient rain to restore their watery environment, usually a few months. But they have been known to estivate for up to 4 years when necessity demands. As soon as their hiding place is submerged, they are reanimated and resume swimming. The name of our next group of animal people describes their hindmost part. The fat-tailed dwarf lemur people of Madagascar are the only primates known to estivate. They are approximately the size of North American chipmunk people, or around 20 centimeters in length. Although they are naturally slim, things change during the rainy season from November to April. This is a period of intensive feeding, while the fruits and flowers in the lush green forests are abundant. Fat-tailed dwarf lemur people end up being about 40% heavier, and they store the extra weight in their tails, which explains their moniker. The reserve supply of fuel is for the stretch of dry weather between May and October. Fresh food is scarce then, so the little lemur folk become almost completely inactive. Even so, they are innately quite social and enjoy cuddling together in hollow tree trunks on beds of dry leaves. You might find up to 5 of them slumbering in one such cozy home. During the months when they are foraging, their heartbeats average 180 per minute, but while they are estivating, the rate drops dramatically to only 8 or 9. Scientists have observed that fat-tailed dwarf lemur people show signs of REM, or rapid eye movement, during their dormancy. I wonder what kinds of things they see in their dreams. Another kind of sleeper is the species Helix pomatia. These snail folk are found throughout Europe, but in the UK they are commonly called Roman snail people, because they were introduced to Great Britain during the days of the Roman Empire. They seek high humidity and relatively low temperatures, often residing in bushes, gardens, and forests, especially where there is loose soil for burrowing and laying eggs. But unlike the lungfish and earthworm crowds, Roman snail people estivate for only part of the day, perhaps a behavior they learned from the Italians. When the earth temperature goes above 25 degrees Celsius, the little guys start looking for a place to hide. When they think they are safe, they retreat into their shells and cover the entrance with a transparent membrane called an epiphragm to retain moisture. Once the weather cools off, their nap is over, and they resume foraging through the local vegetation.
Vegan leader. Beloved forever.
I wouldn't mind munching on a flower myself. Let's pause for a moment to refuel and then meet back here. There's more to come in the second half, so please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program about estivation, how some animal people chill out, on Supreme Master Television. Do you remember the lungfish people? What they do is out of the ordinary and certainly impressive. However, it is not unique. You may not be aware of this, but the common and very helpful earthworm people do much the same thing, possibly right in your backyard. Whenever topsoil is subjected to extremes of temperature or becomes too wet or dry, worm gardeners typically respond by tunneling down. In places where the summers are very hot, certain types bundle themselves up into balls and secrete mucus as insulation. Thus, Surrounded by moisture, they can chill out for a couple of weeks until circumstances improve. The last species we will discuss today is my own. Desert tortoise people live in the hot and arid regions of the southwestern United States and northwestern Mexico. Our top shell color is either brown or gray, and our underside varies from yellow to brown. We range in length from 15 to 36 centimeters and weigh between 11 and 23 kilograms. With our tough skin and strong limbs, we are fantastic diggers. We create long and secure dens that are quite durable. I've often been asked, what is the difference between turtle people and tortoise people? In truth, we are all turtle people. It's just that the former are mostly aquatic, and the latter live only on land. We tortoise people have sturdy legs that are perfect for walking, while the forelimbs of our cousins are more like flippers and their hind feet are webbed. Furthermore, their overall design is thinner and more streamlined for gliding through the water. Our upper shell is more rounded, and for an excellent reason that I will reveal shortly. Did you realize that our shell is part of our spine? Yes, indeed. Thus, it is made of bone and serves as armor and protection from many threats to our well-being. We can completely retract our head and limbs into it. Amazingly, it also functions as a kind of solar panel. It absorbs ultraviolet B rays from the sun for the synthesis of vitamin D. Now, let's get back to our environmental adaptations. As we are reptile people, the temperature of our blood is directly affected by the earth temperature. So we must avoid extremely hot or cold conditions. To escape the heat of the desert, we go underground, but not before making preparations. We eat when food is plenty and the weather is right. Like the fat-tailed dwarf lemur people, we store nutrients in our bodies for the times when we are unable to forage. Another essential aspect of our lifestyle is making depressions in the ground to catch rainwater and drinking our fill at every opportunity. Here's the secret I promised to share earlier. Our unique physiology allows us to hold almost a liter of water in our dual-purpose bladder, which lies beneath the dome of our shell. When we want to estivate, we will either dig out a new home, return to a former one, or make a deal with a friend to stay with them. We remain subterranean for extended periods, sometimes months, but we monitor the situation on the surface and may venture out when it's cool enough. We desert tortoise folk are hospitable and generous, and will happily share our den with others, even different species. If they like the accommodations but prefer privacy, they are welcome to take refuge in spaces that we have outgrown. They can always tell if a tortoise architect designed a burrow by the rounded ceilings. Some of our most frequent guests are Gila monster, road runner, collared peccary, and burrowing owl people. Some citizens of the animal kingdom have long been known for their ability to sleep through cold winters. Now you are aware of an equivalent survival strategy for hot summers. But one thing is certain, a comfortable and fulfilling future depends on ending all violence and coming together in a spirit of oneness. In short, be vegan and make peace.
Most importantly, in the creative realm of Maitreya Bodhisattva, there will be no killing, nor meat-eating. So in his world, everyone will be respectful. No swords, no robbery, no thieves, and no famine. Everyone will keep the precepts, and there will be no harming or killing. The Venerable Buddhist Master Dao Ming, vegan.
ingenious viewers, we are grateful for the pleasure of your company today. Up next is Diligent Group Meditation to Protect Ourselves and the World, Part 4 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News. May the light of the Divine brighten your days and guide your life.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.